Hi folks, this is Dado Bob. Welcome back to Atebeno Park 2. This is the, I think, fourth or is it the fifth episode? And this time we're looking at building a habitat for a Jurassic giant. In a previous video, you may have seen the start of laying the groundwork for the habitat. This is the final layout of the coloring and the size and the barrier rocks around the outside. Um, I wanted to use rocks on the outside because this may be the exterior boundary of the park and we needed something the animals wouldn't be going through. So moving in to focus on the area where we will be building our viewing platform today, which will be the bulk of the video, and it's going to be a speed build. So one of the other sad bits of news, as you know, this is a beta version of the game, and it's, of course, continuing to be worked on and has been a little glitchy. And in the course of switching back and forth to help the devs check on some of their additions to the game, a lot of the work on this park was accidentally, I accidentally uh, overrode it with another park. So this whole exhibit that you're seeing get built today is history. So enjoy what you can of it. Um, a lot of other things that you've been looking at, if you've been following the videos, are also history. I do have a far earlier save, but I'm a little discouraged after all the work I put in to get this far. And well, I think this is likely to be the last video for 2021. And in the new year, I will be starting another park. Also, still in beta, of course, and be a little bit different. It'll be on the same map, and we'll see where that goes. Um, anyway, so I wanted a little more tropical feel for this Jurassic section of the park, hence the thatch roofing here, and the wonders of the resizable modular builds. Makes it great for doing things like having roofs fit in an aesthetic way and railings fit within spaces by just adjusting them a little bit. And anyway, it's a great building system, but it did take quite a while to put all of this exhibit together. And I'm just not keen right now to go through all this work again. Unfortunately, I did not even save this stuff as this building as a prefab. I didn't get around to it before things got a little crazy and it got overwritten. So, be that as it may. Building an entry platform here and stairs to the upper part of the building. And I was playing with this kind of decorative concrete thing to either side so it wasn't just a huge ramp up to that platform. And I also realized that I need to have a way for my accessibility challenge guests to get up to the viewing area. So that's going to be building an elevator to the left and a stairway for the normally accessible guests to get up there. So I've, give everybody a chance to see the Camarasaurus more or less eye to eye. And there I just named my Jurassic giant for this. But if you know your dinosaurs, you already recognized him. So this is an upper tower. This is not really where I want the accessibility challenge guests to go. This is more of an observation area for the keepers and perhaps special guest tours up to this area. The elevator will have to go all the way up, of course. The elevator also, of course, is implied. We don't have elevator doors yet, so I'll be building a set of those. Anyway, I'm really enjoying working with this stuff, but yeah, I like to build new things. What can I say? Um, so this was going to have a companion animal in an exhibit next to it, which if you saw one of my previous parks, you also know who that's going to be. Um, the other Jurassic habitat animal. Um, but that didn't get built in this park, and we'll just have to let time see if I get back to it. Um, it's just going to have to be what it's going to be, huh? So this is a fairly long video, particularly for the ones I've been running lately. That's because this is a moderately complex build with several different elements, like the elevator area and tricking it out to more complete levels than some of the other builds, at least all in one go. It still is not going to end up fully completed, but we will be, besides doing the building, we'll do some landscaping and gardening, which is what I'm working on right now in the build, and lighting as well, uh, and some seating and trash can stuff. More or less getting this more complete in this single video. And one of the things that happens when I build like this, I'm kind of making it up as I go along and have different ideas. Like you just saw me add to the roof, and that's part of why it takes a little bit longer. If I were to rebuild this, of course, it would go a lot faster because I now know what worked and what I might want to change. And most of it worked, and pretty happy with that. You can see the barrier there to be a standoff to keep the animals from getting too close to the guests, as well as that standoff that projects from the building. Um, I use the railings just to uh, Well, well, yeah, let me back up. You saw first I put them at height and then brought them down with just that one rail as a, just something to keep the guests from perhaps climbing over the wall a little bit, at least making it a little more awkward, and maybe a little something for them to grab on their way up or down. But overall, not a strong challenge. If I did it again, I think I might use those same railings and move a set to the middle of the stairway. That's a 4 meter wide stairway, which is pretty wide, but it's a standard playing piece size. So having it split into uh, two sections would offer additional railing options for guests. And I think overall that's probably a good idea and something that I should have done in the first place. Uh, so, uh, having done most of my build with it squared up to the world grid, it makes much easier to build a building that way. I then positioned it to fit closer to the path and had to do a couple of path adjustments to make it look nicer. And now you see me starting the lighting program, again, making this up as I go along and having moved it, getting rid of some of the plants that it inadvertently got set up on. Um, so the lighting is kind of interesting in this game. Some of it's great. Some of it is a little more problematic. It tends to bleed through building pieces a little bit more than I would like. But, that just may be a beta glitch. The only way we'll find out is with time. Uh, so, yeah, doing some nighttime checks to make sure it's looking the way I want to. Then I decided that, if this was going to have nighttime viewing, we would want to disturb the animals. So I went with a classic red colored lighting. But dinosaurs probably had color vision, much like we do. And it wouldn't be the same for them as it is for most mammals who can't see the red light. So something different would probably have to be done, and I don't know what the answer would be for that. So we'll go with the expected red light for that kind of thing. So having built the viewing area, I needed to address the habitat itself for the animals. And that means putting in the hardscape, rocks and such, and additional plants as well. I decided, since these are high browser herbivores, that the trees would probably need some kind of protection for the most part to keep the animals from eating them. So I decided that I would put naturalistic looking rock barriers around them rather than concrete walls. I don't know, I guess I just kind of more like the naturalistic look than some of the more practical, simple concrete or log barrier stuff you see in modern zoos um, as a as an approach. You know, it's probably comes from wanting to really see live dinosaurs and in a zoo context come as close as possible to seeing them in their natural environments. Would this be really the practical way to keep such animals? Probably not. Um, but we're going to go with that fantasy that I can do the naturalistic stuff. One thing that's not visible in this is the water's very deep in the middle of that lake to provide a barrier that the animals will theoretically not be keen on crossing. So double barriers there, that rock around the outside, and then the deep water to keep them from getting to the far side of the environment there. And the trees are not protected there for that same reason. Right now, I think animals won't cross anything that's 2 meters deep or deeper, and I think that's 3. So there's the finished gallery with its title and some more landscaping with its lighting and all. And let's look at it a little, take it in, see it for all it's ever going to be, and take a trip up to the top and look out on to the nighttime exhibit with the Camarasaurus. I've taken out one of the scaled ones, and we have a small herd of the chosen animal, which is the Supremus, I believe. Camarasaurus Supremus. So thank you all for stopping by. If you liked this one, please like it on the channel. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll be back in the new year with more videos and a new park, and try to be a little bit better once I get it set up to record things a little more consistently. Take care. Have happy holidays. Be well.